What is up, LFA Nation, and welcome to the milestone event from the Legacy Fighting Alliance, LFA number 200, and the preliminary fights live here on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube. There are our early prelims for you. 2 fights coming your way, matching up 4 unbeaten fighters. Man, someone's always got to go. Lightweights, Steve Collins and Kelton Sneve kick off the action, followed by Shad Walters clashing with Jeremy Strobler Jr. Ron Kruk and Gilbert Melendez and Alan Joban with you as we check out the second half of the prelims coming up. We got the heavyweights, Stephen Asplund taking on Hammer Time, Hammer Morton, and then we've got Santos Verdinez at 6-1 clashing with Ethyn Ewing. We are live from the Mystic Lake Casino, and we are set. The tail of the tape is powered by Resolite. Sneve is 25 years young, Gun Collins 2 years younger. Sneve is an inch taller. Both athletes have 70-inch reaches and made the contracted weight for this lightweight matchup. To kick off the LFA 200 preliminary bouts is the man who's been doing it since LFA number 1, my man, Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for continuing early preliminary action here at LFA 200. This bout, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA lightweight division, brought to you tonight by Resolite, the world's largest mat manufacturer, producing quality athletic mats since 1959. Resolite, the official mat of the LFA. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5'10", weight in 155.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 3 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout. Representing G2 MMA, fighting out of Harvey, Illinois, Scuba Steve Collins. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'11", weight in 155.8 pounds. He holds a professional record, 3 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout, 1 by way of submission. Representing Thunder Valley Martial Arts and Leading Edge MMA, fighting out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, Kelton, the Conqueror Sneve. Your referee, Chris Claviter.
We went over the rules in the locker rooms. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. If you'd like to touch gloves, do so now. Return to your corners. Be ready to fight.
Once again, a sold-out crowd here at the Mystic Lake Casino in Prior Lake, Minnesota. Ron Kruk, Gilbert Melendez, Alan Joban for this historic LFA number 200 show, and the lightweights get us going early, guys.
Well, both gentlemen in the center of the octagon. I love when they both hold their ground and hang out in that phone booth.
Steve Collins with the blue tape and Kelton Sneve the red tape.
Nice overhand right by Collins to try to get to the body lock. Sneve managing the distance very well. Both guys trading jabs.
Both men come in with a spotless 3-0 record. Sneve 2-0 in the LFA octagon, and Collins 1-0.
I love that lightweight division because they're fast, they move like bantamweights, yet they have the power of the heavyweights. The 155-pound division and 170 are some of my favorite. Hi, Alan?
On this, you know, we got 55ers and 70s sitting in the booth right here calling it, you know. But
you like how I slipped in 170 there, you know?
Yeah,
I
that was
appreciate
solid,
that.
man.
I think you're accurate on that one as well, Gilbert.
Yeah.
Smooth.
This is a fight I think both men are pretty happy with this matchup. Collins is a guy has really nice striking, but in some of his previous fights, he was having guys try to take him down over and over again. And this fight here that he has with Sneve, he's got that kind of karate style. Both men kind of prefer the striking so far in this fight.
And Collins gets to actually use some of his wrestling instead of defend it this time, huh?
Yeah.
Putting it together well with the MMA, punches to the clinch, punching out of the clinch, and not really failing the takedowns, just mixing in the takedowns with his striking.
Sneve backs away. We restart in the center of the octagon. Collins, one knockout, 2 decisions, and Sneve has a KO, a submission, and a decision.
I just saw that calf kick right now that landed on Collins. I had some PTSD on it. I don't like those kicks at all. They do some damage, especially to the heavy-footed boxer like Collins.
Ooh, nice sneaky little uppercut from Sneve.
Yeah, both guys are kind of realizing opportunities so far in this fight. Collins is kind of looking for that overhand right there. He's seeing Sneve kind of has this, Sneve has a style where he feels comfortable, but it still allows a bit of an opening, and Collins is starting to recognize that.
Nice shell by Collins to stay in that pocket. Sneve with the good footwork.
Oh, that was nice.
Fast hands from Steve Collins, going to the body and then upstairs.
Collins likes that deep roll sometimes. It makes me a bit worried if Sneve starts to catch on and throw a knee when he does that.
Collins caught Sneve again. Oh, beautiful combination.
Yeah, these guys are throwing down, man.
Yeah, and they're both pretty comfortable in the pocket, right? You don't see too much evasion in this fight.
Glad you could be a part of the LFA 200 preliminary bouts here on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube. Under 2 to go, opening rounds.
Nice. Collins has been doing a great job of slipping to the left away from the right hand of Sneve and landing a right hand of his own. We call that an interception. Some people call it a split. Where I come from, we call it an interception. Intercept the right hand with the right hand into the clinch. Working the body lock, scoring some points. This is back and forth right now.
Absolutely. Collins seeming to, his strikes finding the target here early on.
High-paced fight, high-paced, a lot of action going on, and we'll see how these guys' gas tanks are because they have thrown a lot of strikes, tons of volume from both of them.
Sneve's still pushing forward, though. You know, he's not deterred. He's taking some shots, and you can look at the legs. I mean, look at the legs of Sneve. He's definitely eating some good shots, but both men, neither one of them really wanted to take too many steps backwards. Collins is really still picking up on that overhand. Sneve hasn't really picked up on defending that.
Just missed with the trip, but you called it, Alan. You look at that inside thigh of Sneve.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a welt from taking some of those kicks from Steve Collins, who continues to tee off.
And just like a lot of high-level fights, these guys are evenly matched. It's going to come down to who really wants it more, who's going to push more, who's a better shape, and who can dig a little bit deeper right now. But these guys are a great matchup by Mark Berry.
First of 4 preliminary fights here on the LFA Fight Network. And Collins looking for a takedown to end the fight. He gets it right as time is winding down in that first round. A big round for Steve Collins.
Yeah, and I like, sorry about that, Gil. I like what he did right there. I think it was an evenly matched fight on the feet. Both guys had their moments, but how do you separate it right there? Collins going for the takedown at the last second, at least leaving a bit of an impression for the minds of the judges.
I saw the same exact thing as Alan saw right there.
Yeah.
That's a high IQ. Get that takedown at the end. And not only do you score points, but you got some new information going to the second. I can take you down and put you on your back. And may have some success here. Driving for this double leg. You know Sneve didn't want to give this up, but Collins gets it. And this fight is heating up, ladies and gentlemen. Overhand right off of the calf kick. That overhand right was landing for Collins all round. Sneve's gonna make the adjustment. These high-level fighters, we get to see these adjustments. And like Alan said, is Sneve gonna start throwing that knee up the middle every time Collins dips? Is that what the corner said? That's what I would be telling the corner.
Steve Collins came in as the slight favorite according to Bet Online. Make sure you get to Bet Online and get in on the action. Collins was -110. The comeback on Sneve, actually, he was a favorite too. It's basically a pick-em. Sneve -120. Both fighters come in with spotless 3-0 records.
Well, you know who knows more than us is those bookies for sure, man. -110, even fight. The bookies and Mark Berry.
Collins is feeling it. You see him waving Sneve in. Even when Sneve approached him pretty fast, kind of aggressively. Collins didn't even take a step back. He's feeling pretty comfortable in there. Didn't feel too much danger coming in from the hands of Sneve.
Collins extremely confident. He's coming off his first pro finish that was back in September, scoring a TKO win over Richard Daffron. That was at LFA 193.
Oh, that's a good jab right there for Sneve.
Yeah, I think this is a very competitive fight. You know, Collins is feeling it, but Sneve is very well in this fight and having some great success.
Oh.
Beautiful elbow up the middle. And you know what I like about Sneve? His legs are under him. He's still moving just like he was moving at the beginning.
Yeah, he's definitely got the more bounce, right? He's got that pep in him. And he kind of took the center of the octagon at the beginning of this round, trying to get that momentum back after getting taken down at the end of the first round.
But Collins is a straight-up fighter. Look at, he loves it, staying in the pocket there, taking and going. This is fun.
Close quarters, no doubt about it.
I think he looked at us and did a little slip and roll.
Collins catches Sneve.
Sneve's been behind the jab a lot more this second round. I feel like that might have been some of the corner advice, and I like it. I feel like obviously everything sets up from the jab, but it's going to allow his right hand to open something up. And again, that knee that we spoke about, the more you jab, the more you're going to get Collins moving around the head movement and might open up other areas.
Back and forth. Just when one guy's getting momentum, the other guy turns it around and gets his momentum. Oh.
Nice body shot right there. That kick from southpaw stance by Sneve.
Shifting stances is Sneve. Trying to be unpredictable with his entrances. Giving different looks. The boxing of Collins, though, is pretty good. You don't see this much rolling, slipping in MMA sometimes, and I like it. Just got to be aware of the knees.
Well said. Both fighters eat a jab. These two know each other and backs up.
He felt that one.
Yep.
Yeah, Sneve kind of buckled for a second there. It looks like he's got his wits back, but that was a solid right-hand counter by Collins.
These two were scheduled to fight at LFA 193, but Sneve had to withdraw due to an injury. So these two have been prepping for each other for a few months now.
Well, I'm glad they waited because I'm excited watching this. Beautiful adjustments by Sneve. Now he's playing in the body lock here, landing some elbows and some trips, mixing it up.
Sneve seems to be the more polished fighter in the clinch, right? You see some tie sweeps right there. You see the elbows and knees he's laced in. Collins has that right hand that seems to find the target over and over again.
On cue right there.
Absolutely.
Slip into the left, overhand right.
Yeah, Collins kind of stole the momentum back this last 30 seconds. If I'm Sneve, I'd go back to that jab. So popping away, chipping away at him with that.
Oh, teeth to the sternum right there.
Man, that
Collins
echoed.
threw it away, though. I like when fighters do that, Gil. I like when fighters, if something seems big and gets a reaction, and you let the judges know that didn't do anything to me.
Yeah,
you can be lying or not, but it has an influence sometimes on fights.
I hear you.
I think you both have used that a few times in your careers, haven't you?
It's an educated approach.
Smart, exactly. Two of the most educated, intelligent fighters in the booth here tonight. As we come up on 1 minute to go, second round.
This is a close round. It felt like Sneve had turned the tide early in this round, and then he ate that big right hand by Collins, and since then it's been a little bit more back and forth.
Yeah, I agree, but you have to acknowledge the most significant strike was by Collins, and it buckles Sneve. But he has 42 seconds to make it up. It's really solid.
30 seconds to go, and it looks like Collins trying to get another takedown as the round ends, and he does. Did it in the first and gets another one as time winding down the second. Oh, but Sneve back up on his feet.
Big elbow, big knee to the body of Collins on the way out. Big kick. None of these guys are backing down. Oh, another knee to the body. Wow, back and forth.
Oh, and Sneve catches Collins in a guillotine choke just as time winds down. Great action here in the LFA lightweight division, fellas.
I'll tell you what, if I was judging this fight, I'd give the second round to whoever I didn't give the first round to, right? Just to tie it up. I'd be like, man, those are close fights. I'm just gonna give it to the other guy just so we can make it come down to the third.
Like it.
It really could have gone either way right here. You see right here, this is where Collins times that leg kick and automatically throws that right hand out there. That was probably the biggest impact of that round. And we see towards the end of the round, get into a little bit of the grappling right here, trying to take him down. He has the guillotine in, Sneve, but he's not able to avoid getting taken down right here. Closing seconds of the round right here. Anybody's fight. Sneve trying to lock in a guillotine. Just ran out of time right here, but a nice shot by Collins is just elevating. Again, like you said, Gil, a very close round. I mean, if I'm either fighter, I'm thinking you have to win this round to win the fight.
Couldn't agree more, right? Coaches are saying, you have to win this round now.
I hear both sides yelling that right now, Gil. Another sold-out crowd here to celebrate the milestone LFA 200 show. We got 4 preliminary bouts coming your way here on the LFA Fight Network. Now, Sneve look for the takedown, breaks up, and
yeah. Sneve had a good entrance, I thought. It doesn't seem like he's really committing to it when he feels the hips of Collins.
I think he had one good takeaway from that second round, which is that knee up the middle. I think we're going to see a lot more of that knee. He did the elbows as well, but I think he found the knees.
Yeah, I think he kind of hit it. He kind of stepped through, right? Stepped through, switch stance on that knee right there. Hit it well.
Really a key matchup here in the 155-pound division. 2 undefeated fighters.
Sneve is he's looking for that low kick again, but if you throw one too many, Collins is going to be aware of it. He's going to throw that right hand again. You saw it a while ago.
That was a nice level change from Sneve, and he gets the takedown. Now it's on the back.
Oh, my goodness!
On the back of Steve Collins.
Oh, he's fighting for that neck. He's ripping his head up, trying to get on the run.
Big opportunity for the 25-year-old from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada.
I love how he's just grinding to get under that chin. That's how you fight for a choke. People want to be technical about it, but you got to fight for that choke. Lift his nose up, keep punching till you get under that neck.
Yeah, both guys fighting with a sense of urgency right now. They know what's at stake. Very close fight so far, and I like, look, the body lock right there is really allowing Sneve to stay on there.
Sinks in the RNC.
We're going to finish this.
If Collins gets out of this, he's a Houdini. There's no way you're getting out of this choke right now. Incredible.
Collins somehow hanging on.
Sneve doesn't have his hand on his bicep. I don't know how tight it is.
Oh, good scene there.
Look, he doesn't have his bicep. Oh my goodness.
Steve Collins hanging on, but not out of trouble yet.
Oh, he's going to reverse it. Let's go, baby.
Oh, the elbows right away by Sneve.
Yeah, he's got to posture up. Collins needs to do some damage right here.
Back to his feet.
Incredible back and forth action.
Oh, Sneve went for a throw, was unsuccessful with it. Collins takes the back right now. See if he can do some damage of his own or get him on the mat as well.
Kamaru by Sneve here to neutralize the takedown. Not a bad idea here. Gets away using it. Here comes the knees. Collins punching out of it.
Back and forth we go.
This is how we start off 200, baby.
Absolutely. Little appetizer before the main course. Coming up on UFC Fight Pass at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
Oh, I love this point of the fight. 1 minute 45 seconds left. Both guys are tired. Both guys want to win. Both guys holding it down.
A little bit, not a great shot right there for Sneve.
Oh!
Both guys need to scramble up.
Collins sticks it to him on the break.
Yeah, Collins holding his ground, throwing some punches. Not the best form, but still scary.
Let's see if there's a sweep right here. Sneve likes these throws, these foot sweeps.
Inside trip by Collins. Nothing. Sneve neutralizes it. Sneve.
What action. Steve Collins fighting out of Chicago and now Harvey, Illinois. the G2 MMA team, Kelton Sneve from Ontario, Canada. The Thunder Valley Martial Arts team, Leading Edge MMA. Under a minute to go.
Man, Steve Collins just looked at the clock, took a big look, realizes there's less than a minute left. Expect both of these guys to start turning it up right here in the fight.
I love it. Look at this. In the phone booth. Oh, big uppercut.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Collins letting go.
Fans on their feet here in Minnesota.
Let's go.
Corners yelling
Collins is really
instructions.
embracing it in the fire right here. Snevy's not backing down either.
That was a big 30 seconds. Oh! Now Snevy's turn.
Those are big shots right there.
Oh, elbow.
Oh, Collins lands.
There's that knee.
From Sneve.
Holy smokes.
Both may need to go. It's so close right now, neck and neck.
And that's gonna do it. Everyone here in Minnesota on their feet. What an absolute war, fellas.
Let's go! We fucking night champs. That's how we fucking do it. That's how night champs do it.
Amazing. That's how you kick off LFA number 200. Incredible action. Two top undefeated lightweights leaving it all in the octagon, guys.
That was crazy. That was such a freaking battle. Look, here's the rear naked choke. We all thought this was over
Done.
because you see he's got the body lock on with his legs, and then look how he slips it underneath the chin. That normally means it's over, but take a good look at where his right hand is. It's not on the bicep of his left arm. It's just underneath, and that's why he was squeezing, but he wasn't having the success of getting the check.
Look at how
The
close
tap.
he was to tapping.
Snevy's feeling that. He realizes there's something there. There's a little wiggle room, so he sees that. He rips the arm out and survives and explodes. Gets belly to belly, and then Gilbert after this, it was just a banger of a fight to the bell.
Man, there was 1 minute left, and Collins said it's time to take over. Started bulldozing forward and just found an extra surge of energy. Big hooks, uppercuts, punches, 30 seconds barrage. But then Sneve said it's my turn, and he started holding his ground, landing big
Unreal.
knees and elbows. But look at this exchange, this onslaught from Collins, pushing forward, just finding that energy. And then again, Sneve trying to turn it around. Oh my goodness, another uppercut, another exchange. And this is how you really finish a fight. This is how you sell it. Here's that knee from Sneve. Big kick to the head to follow. This is a tough decision for the judges.
Well, to celebrate 200, of course, we brought in the big guns. We got Alan Joban and Gilbert Melendez. So I'm putting you big guns on the spot. Who do you got winning, Alan?
I mean, I don't want there to be a loser, but a draw always seems like they both lost or something. So I really don't know who I would give this fight.
Gil?
I think I gave it to Collins the first 2 rounds. Last one is Sneve. It's a tough one to judge, though that second round was close.
Absolutely. All right, let's now make it official. We go back inside. Here's Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 amazing rounds of MMA, we go to the judges' scorecards. One judge scores about 29-28 Collins. One judge scores about 29-28 Sneve. And your third judge scores this bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Scuba Sneve Collins.
Make it 4 straight wins for Steve Collins, who remains unbeaten as a pro and gives Kelton Sneve his first professional defeat. I would love to see these two run it back.
I agree. This was a great fight. I think these are future LFA title challengers. Maybe they'll be fighting each other for the LFA championship one day.
2 undefeated guys, 2 guys that had high level striking that were perfectly matched up, and both guys that just wanted it tonight. He couldn't do better than that in the opening bout.
And that's just the opening bout of the night. Things are going to heat up here in Minnesota. Well, the LFA was born in January 2017, and now 8 years and 199 events later, the LFA celebrates its monumental 200th show with 3 World Championship title fights. Here's our preview of what's coming up on UFC Fight Pass tonight.
Tonight, The LFA celebrates its 8th birthday with the promotion's 200th show. And this historic bicentennial event will feature an unprecedented 3 title unification bouts. In the main event, the featherweight title will be unified. Elijah Baby Johns is the younger brother of former LFA Bantamweight champion and current UFC star Miles Johns, and is the promotion's all-time appearance leader. Now the only man to compete in every year of the LFA's existence looks to tie the all-time record for the most wins in LFA history by unifying his featherweight crown. He will face Legion the Gunslinger Douglas, who hails from the south of Brazil, a brutal striker that wields ungodly power, which he has used to start his last 3 opponents, capture the interim crown. Now he takes aim at unifying the LFA title.
That's coming up tonight. We keep the action rolling here on the LFA Fight Network with our second preliminary bout. Here is the tale of the tape powered by My Fit Foods. 24-year-old Jeremy Strobler Jr., 6 years younger than the 30-year-old Shad Walters. Strobler Jr. is 2 inches taller and 1.5 inches longer in the arms. Both fighters made the contracted weight. Back inside to the voice of the LFA Octagon, Mike Kendall.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Bantamweight division. Brought to you tonight by My Fit Foods. Easy meal prep, real food, real results. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. The striker stands 5'6", weighed in 136 pounds. He holds a professional record, 4 wins, 0 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout and 2 by way of submission. Representing Northern Illinois Combat Club, fighting out of Rockford, Illinois, the relentless Shad Walters. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'8", weighed in 135 pounds even. He holds a professional record, 2 wins, 0 defeats. Representing Rufus Sport, fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Jeremy Strobler Jr. Your referee, Josh Stewart.
You know the expectations. Listen for any instructions. Protect yourself at all times. Touch them now. Let's have a fight.
Let's have a fight indeed. Jeremy Strobler Jr., 2-0. He is the underdog in this fight at plus 160. And Shad Walters, known as the Relentless, comes out like a crazy man.
I mean, we didn't get to set this fight
And
up
even
at all.
quickly, Walters is the favorite at -200.
Get that off fast. I mean, guys, we're getting treated
What
tonight.
the heck?
LFA 200, this is like the UFC 300 card where it's stacked from top to bottom. Early on these prelims, we've got another set of undefeated fighters, and these guys are good. I haven't seen Strobler fight before, but he comes from a very good gym, and his striking is off the charts. Also, you look at Shad Walters. I've seen him fight, and he is just solid everywhere. You saw how aggressive he came out. He's ready to get this fight done early.
Well, in my head, I'm like, how are you going to top this last fight? But Walter said, the only way I'm going to top this is if I come out with the bat out of hell. And
100%.
so far, these guys are doing some dynamic striking and grappling.
If you have not done so, sign up now at UFCFightPass.com, your exclusive home of the Legacy Fighting Alliance.
Walters, the southpaw, circling to his right.
Oh, my
Beautiful
goodness.
combination backwards. Down goes Strobler Jr., but scrambles to his feet. Oh, here we go.
Nice shot right there, staying with the takedown for Walters. Watch his elbow over the top by Walters. He's
Some blood now dripping from the nose of Jeremy Strobler Jr.
Both
Guys,
these fighters are
yeah.
very dynamic, seem very athletic, acrobatic, right? Like,
finding every little area to land a shot, right?
yes.
See this. Both have the knees, the elbows, the shoulder strikes. I mean, a very similar build on both of these guys. Yeah, that blood seems to be coming from the nose of Strobler early on.
Walter's doing a good job of fighting backwards, right? Being able to throw strikes while backing up. Drawing Strobler Jr. in.
See some blood on the top of the head of Shad Walters, but that could be from the nose of Strobler Jr. I'm not sure.
Strobler right there acknowledged the check. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Guys are feeling
Walters.
this. This is a good matchup. I still can't believe that Shad Walters came out with that flying knee early on like that. I mean, that was insane.
Well, already LFA CEO Ed Suarez is going to have his work cut out for him for picking some bonuses tonight.
Yeah.
These prelims have been unbelievable. Just past the midway point, opening round. LFA Bantamweight action. Strobler Jr., Walters, both undefeated.
Sorry about that, Ron. I mean, both guys, as you said it earlier, I think, Gil, like the dynamic. Both guys have dynamic striking, especially the flexibility in their hips. You saw Shad Walters throws a beautiful question mark kick. Strobler comes back with a, I mean, these guys have all the elements of high-level striking. It's a great matchup we have in front of us.
yeah, they're very similar, right? It's so hard to train for that acrobatic guy. It's hard to replicate him in the gym. You just kind of have to have that in you. And both these guys have it in them, so it's interesting. They both have to face similar types of fighters in each other.
You don't see that tomahawk elbow very much in MMA used, but Strobel's tried it a couple times tonight. If that does land, it's always one that leaves a good scar.
I like that Strobler Jr. is attacking the body more, can't get the chin of Walters as Walter backs up, so the closest target is the body. I think that is very smart and a very good adjustment. Oh,
Yeah, nice job timing the low kick of Shad Walters right there. Have you noticed that Shad Walters, he has that elongated uppercut, right? And it could be dangerous because anytime you throw a long uppercut, that your defensive hand is far away from your face. But
oh my goodness.
look at the timing on that
Yeah, that
counter
was
elbow.
some beautiful timing. But I agree with you, right? It's a little dangerous. He's loose with his hands so he can be fast, but at the same time, his chin is in protection.
Yeah.
Protected. Strobler Jr. with the beautiful takedown. Walters immediately on the Kimura, threatening it, maybe getting a sweep out of it.
Against the cage, too.
Oh, Shad Walters, I thought he was back up. But Strobler Jr. keeping him down.
You know, some fights are bangers and some are just ninja action, and this is some straight ninja action right now.
I hear Strobler Jr.'s corner yelling posture up and rain down some shots. Strobler Jr. training at the great Arufa Sports.
The top position for Strobler Jr. in the half guard, looking to pin down the right arm of his opponent with the shin. Letting his hands go. 10 seconds left. Let's see if he postures up to try to really sell it this round. Beautiful by Walters to bridge up to his feet. Exchange spinning elbows, punches. Wow.
Another very entertaining opening round here at LFA 200. Appreciate everyone who is watching tonight on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube. This is how we started, boys.
Walters with the flying knee, side kick by Strobler Jr., and then we're in a scramble. Man, these guys were doing some dynamic, acrobatic stuff, but they were like cats, landing on their feet every time. No one could really get the takedown. Beautiful straight left by Walters. Strobler in this exchange gets the stiff arm, disengages. Great highlights. Both guys really trying to get information and figure each other out. I can't figure these guys out. Let's see if they can figure each other out.
They would make great training partners, right? These would be the type of fun fights to watch in the gym, sparring sessions, I should say.
Absolutely.
I feel like they're gonna have a beer after this fight.
Share some secrets.
The Spider-Man
Steve
moment.
Collins and Kelton Sneve might join them. Action underway in the second round here in the LFA Bantamweight division. Ron Kruk, Gilbert Melendez, and Alan Joban with you tonight.
I keep picking up on both guys taking the other one's technique. Strobel came out with a lot of side kicks. You're starting to see Walters do that now. And then same thing with the tomahawk elbows. When one does something, the other one says, I can do it better. Look, he thought about the Superman right here. It's a very tick-for-tack type fight.
Jeremy Strobel Jr. looking for his first finish. 2 decision victories, and Shad Walters taking out all 4 of his opponents. 2 knockouts and 2 submissions.
Strobel Jr. has a nice blitz, right? He's getting a nice blitz, closing that distance, starting to get information, finding the target as he pushes forward. Definitely has to be careful because Walters fights well backwards and is landing some bombs of his own.
Double jab in front of that.
9 days after his 30th birthday, Shad Walters looking to stay undefeated. Remember him, he earned an 11-second knockout. That was back at LFA 182. Oh, nice high kick from Strobel Jr.
Strobel mixing it up.
Yeah, there's that long uppercut again by Walters.
High volume and versatile, very good attack. Like 10 strikes there, 3 different combos.
Yeah,
that's how you win rounds.
Strobel definitely finding some momentum right here early in this second round. Just kind of outpacing him at the moment. And it's not a high pace, but it's just applying technique. When Walter starts to press forward, he applies technique again and keeps backing him up.
Shane Adams in the corner of Shad Walters. Walters training at Northern Illinois Combat Club out of Rockford, Illinois.
Walters held his ground on that blitz from Strobler, making adjustment of his own, making Strobel Jr. walk into some punches.
Nice job listening to his coach there, going to the body.
Kick to the body from Strobel Jr. Circles around.
Walters really wants to get airborne. I've seen a number of times, including the beginning of the fight, where if Strobel takes a couple steps back towards the fence, Shad Walters digs his feet into the mat. He wants to run. He wants to get airborne. That's the youthfulness of these guys, right?
Oh, absolutely.
When I was young, I was flying off of the fence. Later in my career, I was grounded at all times.
Right, let's just stay on offense the whole time. Don't have to worry about defense. No, Strobel Jr. has that Duplessis blitz going on, and I like it. I think it's a great type of striking. You know stuff about that, Alan. You know how to blitz forward, shifting stances intelligently, not leaning forward, but setting up strikes and managing the distance.
Make sure you're following the Legacy Fighting Alliance on all social media platforms at LFA Fighting. Second of 4 prelims here at LFA 200, excuse me.
Wow. Dangerous exchanges in the pocket right there by both men.
Couldn't agree more, man.
Strobel Jr. having a little fun. Superman punch from Walter just misses.
Nice.
Strobel Jr. plants Walters on his back.
Hey, took advantage of a great opportunity. Oh, an armbar by Walters, slam by Strobel Jr. Still in a grappling exchange.
And now,
Go ahead, Ron.
inside the guard,
What, I mean, beautiful transitions here, guys.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, great takedown by Strobler. You have to watch the guard of Walters, though. He's, you know, finished every one of his fights pretty evenly. 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's good off of his back. You can see how quickly he was able to pop up that armbar.
We seen John Jones against Stipe Miocic hit that beautiful takedown where you step behind with that lead leg and trip them on their lead leg, and that's what Strobler did. Got a beautiful takedown.
Oh, Strobler punching his way back down. Walters just missed with that up kick.
Look at him. He's just covering the mouth right now of Walters is Strobler. Just even when you feel like you're stalled out, there's certain little things that you can do like that. Just applying pressure, covering the breathing, disrupting the breathing rather, doing anything you can to just find a little bit of a momentum change.
And really just winning this round based on this takedown and this ground and pound. It was a very competitive round. But now Strobler Jr. takes over with the takedown and the significant strikes from the top position.
We will move to the third round here in this bantamweight matchup. Shad Walters came in 4-0, Jeremy Strobler 2-0. Both men looking to make a statement here in the 135-pound weight class.
Well, both men get my respect, 100%. These guys are doing great. They're being creative out there. They're trying to make things happen. It's about taking advantage of these little opportunities. And that's what Strobler Jr. did that round with that trip. Big takedown, neutralized the armbar. Let's take a look. Oh, here's a flying Superman punch we saw earlier. Here's the clinch. And oh, it's a different type of, it's an outside trip. That's different than what John Jones did to Miocic. But again, Walters with a beautiful armbar transition, but look at the jerk and clean. Little Rampage Jackson there. Slams him out of submissions. Walters trying to attack the leg. Strobler neutralizes it. Holds the side mount or half guard and lands some good ground and pound. Wins the round in my opinion.
Great insight, Gil. I love that. These two bantamweights come out, touch gloves. Oh, and then Strobler Jr. with a nasty kick. He's been attacking that body.
Yeah, these guys are starting to time the leg attacks. There's so many kicks thrown in this fight that they're looking for the kick to come and throwing that straight punch right down the middle.
Strobler Jr., this is his first appearance as a pro in the LFA Octagon. He got a win as an amateur, beat Andre Sellers.
Man, I mean, this card, it just shows the depth of this card because on any given other LFA card, these guys would probably be on the main card, right? I mean, these are high-level fighters, right? Being that LFA 200 is so stacked, these guys are treating everyone fortunate enough to tune into our prelims.
Just really liking the discipline of Strobler Jr., his stance, his hands are up, his movement, just maintaining his form this whole time.
Oh. Look how well he hid that kick as well. Corner telling him to get in the pocket. I'm sure the fans won't mind that at all.
I'm saying, hey, coach, I'm doing pretty good on the outside. I'm going to keep landing some kicks in here till I have to.
Nice timing right there by Walters to try to time that left hand as Strobler entered in the fire. And but the diversity of the attack, right? Both guys have had success to the body in this fight.
Yeah, Walters just landed a great left to the body. Blitz by Strobler Jr.
Oh, but Walters catches him.
Grappling exchange here. Takedown for Strobler Jr.
Big. Just under 3 minutes to go.
And Strobler's found success in the grappling, right? Pretty even on the feet, but he finished the second round on top. See how long he keep Walters on the ground so far in this third round.
Great position to be in. I prefer the half guard. Great place to control an opponent, land some ground and pound. I prefer that over side mount even. I think for MMA, the half guard's a great way to hold your opponent down.
Just less risky for you?
Yeah, less risky and a lot more control. A lot more control. I think it's easier to escape side mount in MMA. If you get up to strike, there's space to get up. With the half guard, you have that leg and you're able to control him and posture up and strike.
What do you prefer, Alan?
I don't know, Ron. I don't really hit the ground that often. You know what I mean?
Well said.
No, he's right. And like, this is something that like Randy Couture really was strong on years ago. Just staying in that half guard, as you said, especially the higher you get up in weight, it sometimes becomes risky to try to get on a mount on a 265-pound man. Stay in that half guard, you have a lockdown position, and you can still apply damage like you see Strobler doing right now.
Jeremy Strobler Jr., only 24 years old, guys.
He's making some noise tonight.
He absolutely is.
Making some noise.
I mean, I'm impressed with both these guys. The previous fight as well. I mean, I'm definitely going to look forward to both of those men fighting again.
Left hand on his chin. You got 130, Jeremy. You got 130, baby. Use your right
This
leg.
is a lot of ground time adding up for Strobler right here. I thought Walters might be able to scramble and escape after a while, but Strobler doing a nice job of eating up some time in this matchup.
Oh, back on top, just with Walters. Oh, he has his hand behind his back.
Yeah, got his arm pinned right there.
Look at that, holding the arm back.
This is a horrible position if you're on bottom right now and you're Walters. He's got your arm pinned behind his back. He can't defend himself on that side.
It reminds me of Chris Hordesky getting pinned back.
Oh my goodness, you remember that fight?
Yes.
The old days.
In the
Full mount,
IFL back in the day.
Full mount for Strobler Jr. now, full mount in that scramble. Huge, huge moment for Strobler Jr. taking over this fight. 35 seconds left. He's about to get a victory here. Let's see if he postures up and really goes for the kill.
30 seconds ago, it was Ryan Schultz that was pounding away at Hordesky back then. And now Jeremy Strobler Jr. finishing this round strong.
Strobler really just heavy on the hips right now, using his feet as well to lace him in, kind of grapevine it when he needs, when he feels like he's off balance, but maintaining this top position with dominance so far in this last round.
A great mixture of ground and pound and holding the position, intelligent grappling for MMA by Strobler Jr. And I believe he wins this fight.
A huge third round for Jeremy Strobler Jr. Somebody's O has got to go as we welcome in some of our new streaming partners here tonight for LFA number 200. We're glad that you could join us here on the LFA Fight Network for this milestone show. Ron Kruk, Gilbert Melendez, and Alan Joban with you. Man, we have seen some action already, boys. And this one was impressive.
I'm already drained from this fight right here. Here's the blitz for Strobler Jr. Strobler Jr. Right hand. Look at that blitz in perfect form. Big exchange of punches. Then it was the takedown by Strobler Jr. Controlled him in the half guard, but as Walter tried to get up, Strobler Jr. was able to advance to the mount position and just did a fantastic job of controlling the position and adding the ground and pound at the same time. Sometimes people ground and pound and lose the position, or sometimes people grapple too much and don't score no points. But Strobler Jr. did a perfect job of mixing them both in, doing some vicious damage from on top, but always maintaining the position, not letting Walters get to his feet at the end of this round. Huge moments for Strobler Jr. I think he wins this fight because of the takedowns in the end of the second and the end of the third, and what he did with those takedowns.
Yeah, Strobler really found the difference maker in the grappling department. It was so close on the feet, both men having their moment, but when Strobler got the fight to the ground, able to maintain position, and as you said, Gil, not only maintain the position, but do a lot of damage, have the threat of the submission there as well.
Mike Kendall is back inside the LFA Octagon. Let's now get the official decision. Here's Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges see this bout the same. 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Jeremy Strobler Jr.
Remember the name. Statement made here in Minnesota tonight for Jeremy Strobler Jr., the 24-year-old from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Rufus Sport. He improves to 3-0. What a battle he gives. Shad Walters, his first ever defeat. And guys, that is 5 wins in a row for Strobler Jr. when you include his amateur career.
Well, Strobler Jr. earned that win tonight and really showed what he's made of. Super impressive. Can't wait to see what's next for this young man. Hopefully we see more of him in the LFA octagon.
2 more preliminary bouts ready to go as we celebrate our 8th birthday here at the venue that has hosted more LFA events than any other, the Mystic Lake Showroom at the Mystic Lake Casino and Hotel, LFA 200. The Legacy Fighting Alliance has sent over 330 fighters into the UFC. And to celebrate this a milestone event, many of our LFA alumni sent in messages. Let's take a look.
What's up, guys? It's Sugar Sean O'Malley. I just want to say congratulations to LFA for putting on their 200th event.
Thank you to LFA. Big congrats to 200 events, and let's go to the next one.
Hi, this is Brandon Royval. I just want to congratulate LFA on 200 events. What an amazing accomplishment.
Yo, what's up, LFA fans? Corey Sandhagen here. Just want to give a big shout out to LFA for being a big part of my journey to making it to the UFC and where I am today.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brandon Moreno. Huge shout out to LFA. Congrats, guys, for your 200 events. So I just want to say thank you so much. Congrats again, and I wish you another 200 events more. Okay, let's go.
What's up, guys? Santos here. Tough 32 champion and UFC fighter, and I'm here to congratulate LFA for reaching its edition number 200.
What's up, you guys? It's Kyler the Matrix Phillips. I just want to give a huge congratulations to LFA. You guys are making it 200 events. That's amazing.
Hello, everyone. It's here Jacqueline Cavalcanti. I'm so excited. LFA 200.
Legacy Fighting Alliance family, how you doing? Happy 200th anniversary from yours truly, Charles Energy Johnson.
Yo, what's up, LFA? I want to say congrats for 200 events, 200 shows.
Fala, pessoal. Sou Alex Pereira. Estou passando aqui para parabenizar o LFA que está chegando em 200 edições. Parabéns.
Preliminary action rolls on here at LFA 200. We're gonna move into the heavyweight division. Going to be a big fight between Stephen Asplund and Hammer Morton. And then we will go to the Bantamweight division with Santos Verdinez taking on Ethyn Ewing. So our last 2 featured preliminary bouts here on the LFA Fight Network before the main card kicks off at 9 Central exclusively on UFC Fight Pass. Fellas, we have already seen a couple of crazy fights, both going to the judges' scorecards, but couldn't have been more entertaining.
If you're gonna fight like that for 15 minutes, I have no problem staying here all night.
100%.
Mark Berry, man, so far 2 for 2 on the fights I've seen, but I heard earlier on in the night there were 4 fights with 4 finishes. So far it's been a great night for the fans out here and for myself as well.
The big man already exchanging hugs inside the octagon.
Let's get to the heavyweight action, and here's the tail of the tape, powered by VetTix. Minnesota product, Stephen Asplund taking on Colorado's Hammer Morton. Asplund is 26 years old. Morton 4 years his elder. Asplund is an inch taller, weighed in 6 pounds lighter, and will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Keep the LFA 200 preliminary action rolling here on YouTube. Here's the voice of the LFA Octagon, Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube for our featured preliminary action here at LFA 200. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA heavyweight division, brought to you tonight by VetTix. Give something to those who gave. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This kickboxer and wrestler stands 6'4", weighed in 264 pounds. He holds a professional record, 3 wins, 1 defeat, with 1 win coming by way of knockout and 2 by way of submission. representing Genesis Training Academy, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, Hammer Morton. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a kickboxer standing 6'5", weight in 258.2 pounds. He holds a professional record, 3 wins, 1 defeat, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing McCoon's Martial Arts and the Basement Gym, fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Stephen Concrete Asplund. Your referee, Josh Stewart.
Gentlemen, you know the expectations. Listen for any instructions. Protect yourself at all times. Let's touch them if you want. Let's have a fight.
Hammer Morton, the underdog, according to Bet Online, at plus 275. Coming into hostile territory for there's Minnesota's own Stephen Asplund. Guys, this is a big fight for him. 4 months since losing the first fight of his career. He looks to bounce back here on his home turf tonight. He had won 9 straight before that loss at LFA 193.
Well, Stephen Asplund has been doing a fantastic job in the heavyweight division, and what makes him really stand out is he moves like a lightweight out there. He says he loves Dominic Cruz, his movement, and he's bringing that to the heavyweight division. As you can see already, throwing some ninja kicks and moving around and trying to use his footwork and control that distance.
Yeah, he's pretty light about, good sense of humor. He called himself the a fat Max Holloway.
Yeah,
and then he had awkward striking is how he, describes his style, but he's effective with it. He's in a bad position here, Ron.
Now, yes, Hammer Morton getting on the back of Asplund.
More grip for Asplund. Beautiful disengages from the wrestling. You know, he's training with Thomas the Train Peterson, UFC fighter, old LFA champion, moved on to the UFC. They have a big group of big guys that train in the basement together. Hines, who's fighting the opening card, the opening fight on the main card. So they have that big group training, and that's huge. It's hard to get heavyweights to train with and find those training partners.
Great point. And I love it. It's called the basement. They literally are in a basement, folks. Oh,
nice uppercut right there by Asplund.
But Hammer Morton ate it. And hanging in.
Oh, good knee right there by Asplund. Thus far in their career, Asplund has found more success with fights on the feet. Morton has found success on the ground. Morton had a rear naked choke finish over a very big opponent not too long ago, and Asplund coming off of a rear naked choke loss in his last fight. So you would think at some point Hammer Morton's want to try to find an opportunity to take this fight to the ground.
He definitely tried when he had that opportunity. Asplund did a great job of neutralizing. Catching the kick, too, of Morton. That's a good way, but Asplund needs to control that distance, not get too overexcited here. He's doing a great job.
Hammer Morton making his LFA debut, training out the Genesis Training Academy in Colorado.
Asplund doing a nice job just using his reach, right? He's using those long arms, landing the strikes. Whenever he finds Morton in close, he's throwing those knees up the middle, doing damage to the body. Morton yet to kind of find success in his groove on the feet.
No, I agree with you, Alan. I think that's where Asplund needs to stay. As much as he wants to maybe hit the home run and knock him out, just keep knocking those singles, hit those doubles, just score those points. Don't get too over-aggressive. Things are going your way.
Morton is a guy as well that I don't think he's going to be too deterred by a big man throwing haymakers like this. As I said, one of his last fights that he got the rear naked choke defense, he fought an enormous man. I mean, enormous. 6'7", 265. He was able to weather that storm and finally get the fight to the ground where he was able to finish that fight. He's weathering a storm right now against Asplund.
He's trying to bulldoze forward. You're right.
He has eaten a couple of big shots from Stephen Asplund. There is no doubt that the fans here in Minnesota supporting the 26-year-old from Minneapolis, Stephen Asplund.
Asplund sure loves to make it exciting, man. He's been in some great heavyweight fights.
He's been a lot of fun to call his fights.
Love to see his growth, love to see his journey, great attitude. His dad was a professional fighter.
That's right, Kevin went 17-12, fought at Legacy 51, so he's an LFA alum as well. Both him and his father have that nickname, Concrete.
Oh.
As we hit 1 minute to go, opening round. Make sure you are following the LFA on all social media platforms at LFA Fighting.
Morton made an adjustment here. He wasn't finding much success with the hands because of the range, so he started switching to the kicks, which he's able to land on the body as Asplund so far.
You know, Asplund looks in charge of this fight, but you know Morton is just a stud and can land a big overhand right at any moment.
Hey, those low highs, baby. I want those low highs.
High volume for heavyweights.
Nice jab from Morton. Got in, closed the distance. Kick to the body from the big man. Inside leg kick from Morton. And Asplund firing back.
Oh.
Time winding down. That's gonna do it for round number 1. Heavyweights going into the second round. Great crowd here as always. Mystic Lake Casino. No other venue has hosted more LFA events than this one, guys.
Yeah, you see early in this round, the striking was letting it go. Asplund kept landing that right uppercut, found the range with his strikes early. More so in the boxing area, you can see just going for it. He has the reach and the height advantage, and he is more the striker, so he's very comfortable in here. Morton found his opportunities towards the later part of the round where he was landing his kicks, tried to get some takedowns, just wasn't able to solidify in him. I feel like this was a very strong round for Stephen Asplund, implementing his game plan, being the striker, being the aggressor, pushing his opponent against the fence.
And the Genesis Training Academy team screaming in the face of Hammer Morton. It's about attitude. And the big man making his LFA debut tonight. As Alan said, he's coming off a first round RNC win in a title fight. First time inside the LFA octagon. This is Stephen Asplund's 4th fight here in the LFA.
I feel like the corner is just trying to light a fire, right? It wasn't too much technical advice at the end. It was saying attitude. And I'm with them. I think they have the right approach because I've kind of seen Morton kind of coasting, finding opportunities, but I haven't really seen him bite down on the mouthpiece or really commit to some of these takedowns. He's had opportune moments for takedowns, but hasn't committed to it. I think that's where he's going to find his success. Getting in there, landing some strikes, and trying to complete one of these takedowns.
Yeah, and on the other end, Asplund doing a great job of keeping a high volume, draining the gas tank of Morton, not letting him really load up and throw those big bombs. Morton wants to, but he's trying to get his wind back as this volume grows more and more by Asplund.
Fans chanting Stephen Asplund's name. Asplund again coming off the first defeat of his career.
That long jab by Asplund is really starting to pay dividends. He sticks it right down the middle, right when he feels like he's in range. Likes to finish it up with some hooks, but I say stay long.
Nice level change from Morton.
Yes, now let the hands go.
Looks like either he took a finger to the eye gill or
just showing some fatigue.
You can hear the thudding of those shots right there.
From Asplund. Yeah, finding the target now. Heavy shots, Alan, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, with all due respect, Morton has a big head, right? And you're hearing the thudding shots from the big hands of Asplund as they land on Morton.
Teeing off and Morton showing some damage on the face now.
Yes, he is. He's trying to summon the beast a little bit. It's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, he's starting to really eat some shots. It's Hammer Morton now.
Hammer becoming the nail right now as Stephen Asplund. His shots finding the target.
Morton dripping blood right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he went tomahawk elbow. That's the second one we saw tonight.
Oh, wow, he's cut open bad above the nose right now. Cuts on each side of the eye, or at least scrapes. His corner is imploring him, his Hammer Morton, to get in there, to do something. When he saw his opponent, Asplund, fall to his feet, they wanted him to jump on him.
Hammer Morton breathing heavily
I'm trying to stay away from the blood right now, guys.
I'll frame my shirt if there's some blood on it. Right next to my LFA 200 poster. You know, if you're Asplund, you're thinking, man, why isn't this guy going down
Great
yet?
point, man.
I'm chopping him away. I'm looking at the time myself. My volume's up there. A lesser man would be down already.
Give Hammer Morton a lot of credit, showing a lot of heart.
You know, Asplund has to think, I can't unload everything here. I got to say something for the third.
Yeah, Asplund should start looking for the in and out movement, right? Where he pops him with the jab, and then backs away and comes back to counter after Morton tries to counter, because right now you see him against the fence, he's fully covering up, and you know when they cover up, they're just going to swing one big haymaker. If you can evade that haymaker and come back in, that's when you'll catch them, when they're caught off guard.
That cut is wide open now, and it's dripping in the eyes of Hammer Morton.
I don't know how much longer Morton's going to be able to hang on, guys. He's a very tough guy.
The kill now, right?
The fans feel it too.
I think we're getting towards the end of this fight.
The end could be near.
The mouth guard is out of one of these men. Mouth guard is on the ground right now for Morton.
Morton will not go quietly, man. He's like, I'm not ready.
It sounds like the crowd is chanting Steve.
Minnesota faithful, absolutely.
Takes a quick look at the clock, recognizes less than a minute. Wants to know how much energy he should exert going for this finish. It really feels to me, though, like as tough as Morton has been, he's really starting to fade right now. I don't know how much longer he's going to withstand this onslaught.
Oh, big knee. Solid knee from Asplund through the guard. Another one to the body. Wicked body shots.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, they touch gloves and then immediately punch each other in the face.
Under 30 to go.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Oh, and I mean, I don't think you've ever wanted a low blow, but...
Yeah, I think Morton was happy about that low blow right there.
Yeah, he took every punch out there, but not that one, man. Yeah. He said, no, this one I need some time.
Yeah. Got 5 minutes to recover. We'll see how long he decides to take. I know he's in need right now to get some oxygen. You see it right there. It was just kind of fatigue. Both guys are fatigued right now. Good on Morton right now. Morton not taking the advantage of the full 5 minutes, saying, let me get in there, let me fight.
I might have took a knee and said, I can't continue.
Yeah. I know I would have. And again, that's why I'm 0-0.
Ouch.
Hey, undefeated, Ron.
That's right. That's the way you bill it.
Please do it, Asplund.
He let everybody know that spin was coming.
We will move on to the third and final round between these two heavyweights. This has been an unbelievable card to set up the main card here at LFA 200.
And I'm not mad. I'm not mad going to third round with these big guys. High volume action. Asplund trying to figure out, is it time to go for the kill? I'm chipping away. He starts letting his hands go. Morton throws a big overhand right. Asplund takes a little bit of foot off the gas. He said, nope, he still has some fight. Again, he has him on the cage, goes for the kill, lets the hands go, uppercuts, finding the target. Look at his eye contact, though. Asplund has good eye contact. Slides out, perfect distance management, deep to the body. And again, big combinations. Even the knees start landing. I don't know how Morton's still standing. Asplund has to be thinking, how is he still standing? I gotta maintain my gas tank, can't unload it all. But I guarantee he'll go for the kill this third round.
That is a tough man there, Hammer Morton. He took a beating in that second round, and guess what? He's coming out to answer the third. Steven Asplund looking to bounce back after suffering his first defeat as a pro. And we're gonna have, it looks like the ringside physician coming in to take a look at Hammer Morton.
Yeah, I mean
Dale Arbuckle, our cut man, did a fantastic job, but that is, that cut is deep. That is a deep gash.
I feel like he should be able to continue. All right,
and
here we go.
So does our ringside physician.
I didn't like the body language of the doctor. It looked like he was saying no with his head the entire time, the doctor, but he lets him continue, thank God.
I was about to argue the other side, but I'm glad I didn't have to.
Yeah. This becomes one of those fights, guys, that if Asplund says, you know what, I'm not able to knock him out, maybe he should start going to the body, right? Because that's something that nobody can really withstand is the body shots if he's not able to do enough damage in the head.
And immediately attacks that lead leg. And now it's target practice again for Steven Asplund.
I like the quick hands of Asplund. I think in the first round, you know, he was going for that kill, throwing a little bit too much on those strikes and kind of leaning forward. Now that he's, you know, kind of got it out of his system, now I think he's fighting beautifully, just picking them apart, managing the distance, very intelligent, gliding out of the punches of Morton.
I like that we're seeing Asplund paw with the shots now. He's pawing away with the jab and then picking the opportune moment to then unleash the power. You can't go full power every time. It's just gonna quickly in your gas tank. So he's kind of figured out the pacing of this fight so far.
And that's
very
Morton's
well
fight.
said.
And that's Morton's fight.
Absolutely, but give Steven Asplund a lot of credit. He weighed 500 pounds at one point.
I wouldn't be surprised if the referee said, I'm gonna
he's taking a close look.
Because, all right, I've got blood on me now, but
Jaban's done.
Yeah, we've got blood all over our papers
done.
now, but
I'm jealous.
I mean, we're not the ones in there suffering, so what am I complaining about? But Morton seems too tough for his own good, and I credit him for the heart. But
and now
this might be one of those fights that the referee has to step in.
He just did, Alan.
Great call. Great call by the ref. Great call by the ref and by Alan right there.
I agree. Nothing was going to change, right, Gil?
Exactly. And they gave him a chance. We're going to give you a chance, Morton.
Gave him 3 rounds. We didn't see an opportunity or the gas tank for him to come back and surmount a comeback victory.
Referee Josh Stewart, give him props. That was a great stoppage. As you said, like hammer, Morton maybe just too tough for his own good. And sometimes the hammer becomes the nail.
Yep, well said, Ron, well said.
And there, Steven Asplund bounces back quickly after suffering the first defeat of his career. He comes over.
That was fun to watch. We're watching your highlights now, watching your fast hands, managing this distance. Great combination. Clinch his knee to the head.
I'm going to give my headset to Steven.
Throws
what do
an
you think of that?
I'm honored to share the cage with Hammer. I called first round knockout. Hammer's a dog, the motherfucker stuck in there. I'm coming for all you fucking heavyweights.
That was Steven. I've never seen that, Ron.
There's my ring reporter in me, man.
Nice decision,
Ron just took off his headphones, handed it to Steve Asplund, and he gave us a nice mic drop moment right there.
I'll be sending an invoice to Ed for my ring reporting duties as well.
I'm gonna see you soon, baby girl.
Hey, LFA 200. You gotta celebrate,
you know
man.
What I mean? What a fun night. What a fun fight. I love it, Ron. Great job, man.
You know what, guys? As we have a moment, just an honor to call fights with you two. We have history. We've done so many, and to celebrate 200, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And you know, shout out to some of the other color commentators I've worked with, Michael Chiesa and Cub Swanson, who's here tonight, Laura Sanko. I mean, everybody down in Brazil, Gilbert Burns and Caio Bajalio and Al Quinta, all of them. But to celebrate with you two is very special tonight, fellas.
Man, thank you so much, Ron, for saying that, and couldn't say it any better than that. What a special night.
We have one more preliminary bout to go, but before we do that, let's get the official decision back inside to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, called a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 29 seconds into the third and final round, declaring a winner by TKO, Steven Concrete Asplund.
Quickly begins a new win streak here tonight after suffering his first defeat in MMA. Minnesota's own Steven Asplund gets right back in the win column. There he is with his McCune martial arts team and the basement team, and Dad's in there too. Big win. Steven Asplund improves to a 4-1. Well, the LFA staged its first event in Dallas, Texas. That was back in in January of 2017. Now 199 events later, the LFA celebrates this milestone 200th show with 3 World Championship title fights. Here's a preview of what's coming up on UFC Fight Pass.
Tonight, the LFA celebrates its 8th birthday with the promotion's 200th show. And this historic bicentennial event will feature an unprecedented 3 title unification bouts. In the main event, the featherweight title will be unified. Elijah Baby Johns is the younger brother of former LFA Bantamweight champion and current UFC star Miles Johns, and is the promotion's all-time appearance leader. Now the only man to compete in every year of the LFA's existence, looks to tie the all-time record for the most wins in LFA history by unifying his featherweight crown. He will face Legion the Gunslinger Douglas, who hails from the south of Brazil, a brutal striker that wields ungodly power, which he has used to start his last 3 opponents, capture the interim crown. Now he takes aim at unifying the LFA title. In the co-main event,
The only way to make LFA 200 more exciting is to scan that QR code on your screen and get in on the action. Fighting odds powered, as always, by Bet Online. Guys, a very close odds in the main event with the featherweight title on the line. Elijah Johns, the slight betting favorite. Douglas, a small underdog. Looking at the co-main event and the flyweight title unification bout, the champion is actually the underdog, and the interim champ, Shay Bowers, she is at -190. And then the welterweight title unification bout, Maga Madoff, a 7-1 favorite over Altunes, a plus 500. There's the rest of the odds. Alvin Hines, the biggest favorite on the card at -1500.
I mean, Hines is a beast, 4-0, rightfully so, -1500, always putting on a great show, but Courier's here to throw down. He said, listen, man, my strength is not going down quietly. And when you have a guy like Hines who'd rather bang it out than take someone down, it makes for an exciting matchup. Plus 850, I'm not too sure I'm taking that bet, but Hines is an animal out there.
We have reached our final LFA 200 preliminary bout, and here is the tail of the tape for this bantamweight matchup powered by Sheath. Santos Verdinez and Ethyn Ewing 30-year-old Verdinez, 4 years older than Ewing, who is 2 inches taller and an inch longer in the reach. Both athletes made the contracted weight for this matchup. Back inside, Mike Kendall.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Bantamweight division, brought to you tonight by Sheath Underwear, the pouch underwear that supports athletes around the world. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This boxer and catch wrestler stands 5'8", weighed in 136 pounds. He holds a professional record, 6 wins, 2 defeats, with 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Representing the Den Training Center, fighting out of Yorba Linda, California, he is the Professor Finesser Ethyn Ewing. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a Muay Thai specialist and Jiu-Jitsu specialist, standing 5'6", weighed in 135.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 6 wins, 1 defeat, with 1 win coming by way of knockout and 3 by way of submission. Representing Start BJJ and the Striking Institute, fighting out of St. Paul, Minnesota, Santos Sandman Verdinez. Your referee once again, Josh Stewart.
Gentlemen, you know the expectations. Listen for any instructions. Protect yourself at all times. You want to touch, let's do so. Let's have a fight.
Ewing, the underdog, according to Bet Online. Santos Verdinez coming in with a 6-1 record. He is 4-0, guys, inside the LFA octagon.
These guys were locked eye to eye when they were calling out their names. Very focused, both of these men. Both of these guys on great win streaks right now as well, trying to keep that momentum going.
Absolutely. 4 wins in a row for Verdinez, and riding a 6-fight win streak is California's Ethyn Ewing.
Both gentlemen got that fast twitch, light on their feet, and the pop. Leg kicks by Ewing. 2 landed already on Verdinez. Verdinez closing the distance.
Underhook. Good. Get your head in the right position now.
Punches his way into the clinch.
You got it. He's going to go knee right here. You're going to go, you know what. Good. Excellent. Good. Keep stuffing that hip.
Ewing doing a great job of neutralizing the takedown and scoring points at the same time. Do-si-do puts Verdinez against the cage.
Head position blue. Head position blue. Right now. Blue. Blue.
Ben Jones calling for head position. That means he wants his fighter's forehead in the temple of his opponent, right? See how Ewing has his forehead in the temple of Verdinez? That's the head control they're fighting for. Verdinez trying to get his forehead in the temple. At the same time, these gentlemen are landing knees and strikes.
Yeah, he was calling head position blue. I don't know if he was just saying to his fighter the blue corner, or if they have code systems over here. Head position blue.
No, Ben Jones is a big code guy, man. He has codes and everything, so it was head position with something else behind it. Beautiful double jab for Ewing's lands on Verdinez. His head pops back.
Verdinez leading the dance here.
Oh! Big knockdown!
He's on his back! Ethyn Ewing drops Verdinez!
Oh, that was a laser.
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, what a follow-up!
Over and out!
Holy smokes, Ewing drops him, lets him up, and kicks him in the head.
That was a laser right hand by Ethyn Ewing. Dropped Verdinez. Verdinez gets up, and immediately Ewing follows up with the head kick. What a freaking knockout.
Holy moly!
He's giving us the money sign. Everybody wants the bonus tonight. They know it's a big one tonight.
Ewing's happy, but so is his coach, Ben Jones.
Oh my goodness. That is Ethyn Ewing's first win here inside the LFA octagon. We hadn't seen him in a while, and he came in and he scored himself a highlight reel finish.
Yeah, good show of respect right there. Look, it was a very evenly contested fight as long as it had lasted up until then. They had a little bit of cage battling right there, but it's when both men step foot into the center of the octagon. Once again, we'll take a look. Watch Ewing just find the timing on the distance on his right hand, right down the middle. Drops Verdinez very badly. He goes to follow it up. Take another look at this from this angle right here. I mean, it's just straight down the middle. He splits the guard of Verdinez. Verdinez had his guard a little bit wide open. Did not see Ewing closing the distance. After he drops him, he's able to follow it up with some ground and pound. I'm gonna let this play out a bit, see if we can let this video go. Verdinez is able to get back to his feet after this, and Ewing just stays with him, right? He doesn't try to go for broke right here, doesn't gas himself out or anything, allows his opponent to stand up. But look, he stays in contact with him and just laces this left kick right around the corner right there. Drops Ewing. The referee had seen enough. These fights have delivered so far tonight, guys.
Listen, if you have not signed up at UFCFightPass.com, what are you waiting for? Incredible action here at LFA 200, the preliminary fights, and that's the way you wrap up a prelim show. Let's get the official time. Here's Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, calls a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 47 seconds in the first round, declaring your winner by knockout, the Professor Finessa Ethyn Ewing.
The win streak continues for Ethyn Ewing, who has now reeled off 7 consecutive wins. Thanks for being part of the LFA 200 preliminary fights here on the LFA Fight Network. For my broadcast partners, Alan Joban, Gilbert Melendez, and Mike Kendall, I'm Ron Kruk. We will see you over on UFC Fight Pass.
This is as real as it gets, and it's mind-blowing.
I love everything about that fight.
These are the moments that the fighters live for. I can't wait. Oh, kicked him in the face. Oh, Rose.
We will all witness a piece of UFC history.
Unbelievable. You're sitting at home watching this, and you just go, holy shit. The double tap does what he wants.
Master, teach me Kung Fu.
One of the most epic fights. There's nothing I do better.